Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 1 of Get Out of Your Head. So my name is Carol Mason and I live in beautiful Victoria, BC. And over the coming weeks, I would love to share with you my experience and the process of how I got out of my head to a place of contentment and peace and empowerment. So I also, over this course of the next few weeks, would like to show you and talk about how I also learned how to manage stress and anxiety and be okay with what is. So I hope you join me every Monday and Friday at 5 Pacific time and follow my journey as I share with you my experiences and the process. And I'm hoping that I can also be an inspiration to some of you. And I'll explain the process in steps. How it first came about, what I did, my first step that I did to get out of my head, out of that incessant thinking. So just to take you back, I'm just an average woman, by the way. I don't have any credentials. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a psychologist or an expert on this topic, but I do have the experience and a journey to tell. So I'm an average woman who has spent 45 years in search of contentment and life's purpose. I know many people out there who are in the same boat, just constantly searching. And I read self-help book one after the other, looking for answers. And short-term benefits, but there was nothing that was really that really helped me, especially when I was looking for that career, that trade that would be my life's purpose and something that would contribute to the world. It was a constant battle for me. And having exhausted all of my resources, I thought, at the age of 55, a powerful revelation began, a 3-year journey that changed the course of my life. And that's what I'm about to share with you over the next few weeks. So each week I will bring up one step, so one step at a time, and I'll encourage you to try it for a few days, from Monday to Friday, and then from Friday to Monday. So to begin with, get out of my head. What does that mean? Why would I want to get out of my head? Because the thinking process is quite beneficial in some ways, in many ways. However, it can be destructive. And when it produces anxiety and stress and emotions that are hurtful to your body, that's when it becomes destructive. And my journey begins back, like I said, when I was 55. I owned a franchise, and it was declining rapidly worldwide, and I had to think of a way to move forward in my life. I'm 55. I didn't have a clue what I was going to do, because I had spent all of that time until I bought this franchise with my sister. I had spent all that time searching and thought that this was the thing that would pull me through and be my life's purpose. But when it was declining, it was just, I don't know how to explain it. It was devastating. It was traumatic. So that's when I came across the book, The Power of Now. And I've talked about the power of now in many of my Go Lives. It was my saving grace. Like I said, I had read self-help book one after another, and nothing showed me where to look until the power of now. So what I love about Eckhart Tolle is that he doesn't have a particular teaching. He doesn't give you something to believe in. What he does is he encourages you to find your own answers, to find the place where that intelligence lives, the wisdom within you, within me. And I was blown away. I'm going to come to a lot of that, what happened in future weeks. But for this week, the first thing that I would like to encourage you to try and do, is come into the present moment as often as you can. Because that's where you're going to find your inner wisdom, your inner body. See, one of the things that I had to realize is the fact that thoughts are incessant. The human mind loves stories, and it loves thoughts, and it loves me to be identified with my thoughts. And I had to really notice how many thoughts I was having throughout the day. And I was reading somewhere not too long ago, and I think I've mentioned this on a few lives, is the average person has 90,000 thoughts a day. That's what keeps you in your head. If you attach yourself to those thoughts, and by attach yourself to the thought, what I mean is, okay, let's say I have a thought about something, and that thought will create a new thought about that thought. So we judge, we analyze, we scrutinize all of our thoughts. And that's when it starts to grow into a story. I'll bring an example with me for next episode, because that is something that I want you to pay attention to. Notice that this week. Over the next 4 days. Is it 4 days? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So yes, 4 days. Over the next 4 days, I want you to notice how many thoughts you have throughout the day. Just notice the thought. Try not to analyze, judge, or fix anything. I just want you to notice, because that is the first thing I had to do. I had to realize that I had that many thoughts, that my mind was constantly going, and it still is, because that's the human mind. However, now I am aware of it, and there's a huge difference between being aware of your thoughts and just allowing them to take over, because that's what happens. Your thoughts actually take you over, and they run your life. Maybe you should take that down as a note. Your thoughts run your life. And that's what my thoughts were doing. My thoughts of the future and of the past, which is always, a thought is always about the future or the past. Well, yeah. That goes into a deeper subject, though, because Eckhart Tolle says, when you are truly present, you have no thought. It's fascinating. So I wanted to get to that point where I was truly present. And so, yeah, that's how I started out. I started out by noticing my thoughts and not doing anything about them, just noticing. And the thing about that, and this is going to come up again in coming weeks, the thing about that is you realize that who is noticing? There's an observer noticing what's going on. That's awareness. That's the awareness, the consciousness. And the more you do that, the bigger it gets, the deeper you can go. So for today, if anybody wants to try my process, your homework for the next 4 days is to notice your thoughts. Just notice, observe them, be the witness of your thoughts. And even if it's only for a few seconds, that is going to help. But if you do a few seconds often throughout the day, you're going to be amazed at how easily you can come into the present moment. And that's the goal. The goal is to be able to come into the present moment and be intensely present. So I'm going to leave you with that today. So once again, your homework is to notice your thoughts. And notice how many incessant thoughts we have. One more thing, actually, just came to mind. It's not even about important thoughts, because 90% of our thoughts are random and useless. They have no purpose. So there you go. I want you to notice that this week. And I will be back on Friday at 5. Oh, today's Friday. Monday at 5. And we will move on to episode 2, where I will talk a little bit about what you do with that thought. Once you notice you have thoughts, so what do you do with them? All right, so we'll see you on Monday at 5. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye now.